where do you measure from the back of the grip or the front of the grip or the middle? Because that could be different. Like on a Tanfoglio, I can see visually it's different.
Is this the gun version of like, do you measure dick from the top or the bottom? Is that?
No, sort of. Probably.
We're talking about Jedi and how he like rattles off all the different grip angles, like the actual degrees of each gun he talks about.
Now I want to argue that it's like he's off by half a degree on one or something. Like, you dumbass, it's not 17, it's 17.5 or whatever. I don't even know if 17 is a realistic angle.
Never taken a class where that was a thing, where that was even mentioned.
So if you're like 2.5 inches, do you round up or down? Is that like?
You round up to 6.
There you go.
Got it. Got it. Also, I started recording, so we can have these fun little moments there.
I
Nice.
like it.
You're gonna have to clip some of that.
I'm not.
No, you leave it. You leave it for the Patreon exclusives.
Guys, I had to. First of all, welcome back to the Raw Time Champ podcast. Second of all, I had to trim because my video cut out on the last episode. I had to like put them two together, and the only way I know how to do that is by putting it in iMovie. And my computer, which is literally from 2011, took over an hour to export the video back out of iMovie once I put them together. So we need to avoid that at all costs because I don't have the patience for that.
That was your fault, though.
It was my fault. Yeah, that's why I didn't complain about
Why are you telling us we need to avoid that?
Yeah, it's a good thing the guy with the most stable internet started it.
I was supposed to say, my internet's terrible. My computer doesn't work.
Fucking funny.
And you spent all that money instead of better internet on a new truck.
Smart.
Yeah, basically. Actually, I've spent way more money on the Blazer than I did on that other truck, but I don't want to.
That's impressive.
Because it's.
Do you have the internet on your truck?
No, I don't.
Damn,
it's a 2017, so it's not new. It's just new to me.
So do you even have a rear view camera?
It does. Yeah, it does actually have a back.
Okay.
Well, and here's the thing. It's got ventilated seats, which in Texas is pretty great.
Oh, so you got the Gooch Cooler 9000.
It's actually the 9500, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I rounded down.
Don't shortchange me. So this is going really well so far. We're very on topic.
What is the topic anyway? I don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about rifles. We're talking about
Oh,
rifles.
that's the wrong gun out. Let me grab the other one. Stop. There we go.
So
two of the division winners at the recent match.
So guys, why are we talking about rifles?
Because we can. We're a practical shooting show. That's why.
Okay, why is it relevant right now?
Wait, this is a practical shooting show?
Yeah.
This was supposed to be an alley-oop question for you guys, but it's because they shot a rifle match recently. And that's cool.
How'd you guys do?
We won our respective divisions. That's what happened.
That's right.
Did you guys beat up a bunch of retarded kids? Is that what happened?
Yes.
I don't want to say it.
Well, so like 3-gunners or what?
Well, I mean, that wasn't even the competition. The competition was other USPSA shooters.
I have to remember where that was because I'm clipping that out and using that on Instagram. Calling 3-gunners retarded. That's the show trailer.
You literally just called Jerry Mitchell retarded. Oh God. Sorry, Jerry. Okay, tell us about the match. Tell us about the match. Was it like USPSA? Was it like hybrid? Was it this rifles only or 2-gun or what?
It was rifles only, and it was hit factor scoring. So that was like the biggest differentiator between this match and a lot of other rifle or 2-gun matches.
Somebody remind me, what's the diff between hit factor and time plus? Is it like fixed point allocation per stage or what?
Hit factor gets scored against whoever's the highest score of points divided by your time. Time plus, you just simply get hits for penalties with Charlies and Deltas or Mikes.
Does it just like add to your time or something? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it would just add to your time.
Gotcha.
Is that how USPSA multi-gun works? Because there's a lot of like time plus, like outlaws 3-gun whatever, where
a lot of
it's
the
like
time,
2 hits anywhere.
So the recent multi-gun nationals was shot time plus. but they have the option to shoot hit factor if they so decide.
They did nationals time plus.
That's how
I
they
mean,
usually do it.
Multi-gun, no one cares. But
Did
Multi-gun, yeah.
Did the scoring style like make any impact to the shooting? Like, did you take any different shooting strategy because hit factor versus time plus?
Personally, I didn't, but that's also like kind of the limitation of my gun. I can only pull the trigger like so fast on this thing.
The fuck is?
What is this?
No, I mean I know it's an AUG, but I mean like I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Like, what is that?
It's got an aim point comp M3 on top.
Looks like a
3
dong in
power.
front.
And it's a 3 power SF scope, and then it has this is the factory vertical foregrip. So I actually shoot it with it folded up to get more leverage on it, like a normal handguard on a rifle. Because if you hold it like this, you get a lot of like bounce when you shoot.
That reminds
does
me
it
of
burn
the
your hand while it's up there? Like it's pretty close to the flash hider, right?
You just gotta be really careful. But yeah,
okay.
I guess if you're not careful, you can touch the barrel with a flash hider.
That reminds me, you know,
like,
the
spit
Israeli
carbon,
folding, those like shitty like Mako,
Oh,
or
yeah,
you
the
know, like
Mako and
shitty folding
CAA
grips. Is that not
Yeah.
like what that shit is? Like what is it? Is
Well,
it actually like part of the gun, or did you add that?
This is actually part of the gun.
Oh
This
god.
is like part of the
Haven't you
gun
ever
back from
played
the
Counter-Strike?
1970s.
Yeah, but I mean it's just like a fixed part in Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah, and Counter-Strike is just like this.
I think
the
it's
whole time.
always down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you beat people with this?
Yes.
God.
And then the best part is it doesn't lock in the up position, so it just kind of freely moves around. So you kind of just gotta hold it.
So it's just flaccid until you fold it down.
Yeah. So.
All right, give it to me straight. Like so single gun targets was it set up like USPSA like where it's like most targets 15 yards, or was there like what was the match arrangement?
It was
5 of the 6 stages
USPSA
were like
style.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you guys
one
clowned on a bunch of retards on the thing you already shoot.
But we had rifles and not pistols.
Oh god.
This is totally different.
Are rifles easier to shoot?
Yeah.
How much do you practice? How much have you actually practiced that, Calvin?
Matt and I went to the range 1 day to 0.
Oh god.
And then we also like blasted at some steel.
Did you dry fire at all?
Define dry fire.
Like practice without ammo.
Yeah, a little bit. I did some transitions with it. Didn't do any reloads. But basically just like shoulder the gun and make sure I could like find a dot.
Did you have to do reloads at the match, or like what was the round count like on each stage?
We had one stage that required a reload. It was a kind of like a classifier type stage, but it was like one box you shoot through a barrel. It was like 6 clay pigeons in replacement of like steel plates, like you would in a pistol match. And then the rest of the targets were all minis set to between 7 to 12 and also about 17, 18 yards.
So was that the only, like, I guess like a more normal stage? What was the round count like a field course?
Everything could be most everything could be
really?
with one magazine.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or actually, like a standard 30 round mag.
I feel like it'd be cooler if you had to do like a reload in there, but that's still cool. Just nitpicking.
The classifier type stage required a reload going box to box. But other than that, you weren't really required to reload unless you ran out of ammo.
Man, let me see your gun again.
It is a super basic AR. Like literally, this is an MOE handguard that I
Let me see the end. Let me see the end. What's on the end?
Oh yeah. It's a BCM gunfighter.
That's not even a real comp. That's not even a real comp.
I know, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So wait,
it's hilarious.
Did anyone?
They say on their website don't use for gaming, and I did.
Is that a Colt? That looks exactly like my rifle.
It's a BCM upper.
Oh, okay. So
that's pretty BCM similar. Upper with an MOE Magpul MOE handguard.
I think that's exactly what mine has on it. That day we went to practice, the one I used then.
Wait, so you guys won your divisions with unsweaty guns? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, this costs more than most open guns.
Oh God. Oh, we lost Matt.
Oh,
Oh
we
God.
lost Matt.
He's back.
Back.
There he is.
Son of a bitch.
I also hit record so that somebody, like you guys with less stable internet, wouldn't clip the recordings.
Yeah. Anyway, where did I leave off?
I was asking you. So you guys beat people with basically like
Combat
sweaty,
guns.
not sweaty guns.
Because we're in combat.
We basically
training
use
for it.
duty rifles.
Matt,
Yeah.
like, tell me. So that's a Unity mount. I recognize that. You've got a $200 optic on a $100 mount. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so confused with this.
What trigger are you using, Matt? Is it like some super hyperfire 24C?
No, I
Deal?
use a freaking mil-spec trigger.
That's
Oh,
me
hey,
too.
me too.
Oh
I
God.
didn't win anything.
It's literally like an 8-pound pole.
I hope nobody from the match is watching this. You
I
guys,
hope they are. I want
you got-
them to be I want them to feel humiliated. That's why.
Oh God.
Wait, so did the other people like what was the I know you guys used cool guns because you used an AUG and then just a normal AR, but so like what was the typical other guns that were there? Were they like those crazy like I'm genuinely asking, were they like those crazy skeletonized ARs or were most people using just like pretty normal stuff?
Most people were using like either a 16-inch regular build that you could buy off the shelf. Some of the people coming in from 3-gun had like their old 3-gun builds. The one guy who won had the combined overall in TAC Ops had a 16-inch rifling setup that had a very simple scope on it.
What's the difference between TAC Ops and whatever you guys did?
So let's break down the divisions, right? Limited is either your irons or red dot only.
Is that what both of you guys did? No, you guys
No.
are in different divisions.
I was in limited. Calvin was in open.
Okay.
Is that a
Yes.
scope and a red dot, Calvin? Is that what that is?
Yes. Yes. So this is test 2 optics on it, which puts it in open. So I'm with the guys who have the 45-degree red dot and a variable power like 1 to 8 and a muzzle brake the size of your head. And what
Did
else
anyone
they
out
have,
there actually have guns like that?
I didn't see what the other open shooters had, but I would imagine the
okay.
only reason why you would shoot open is because you had 2 optics.
Oh
And
yeah.
so
Oh God.
That's
and
crazy.
I just can't imagine that many people having this exact setup.
So what you're telling me is you guys showed up some match. It was a regular match. So it wasn't like really hinky or any like weird like target comp or stage setups. You guys didn't practice, and there's a bunch of 3-gunners there, and they shoot rifle all the time.
We don't know how necessarily good the 3-gunners were, but yes.
Oh God.
I mean, you can kind of infer based on that one stage that was supposed to have a 3-minute par time. It was the one that goes up to 225 yards.
A 3-minute long stage.
Yeah, that's normal in 3-gun or multi-gun, whatever.
Did you have to make that
there
shit
was-
unsupported, like freehand, or could you like lay down or post?
So
or what?
the stage was
We could support on a door frame and 2 tank traps. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
tank trap. You fire at 6 targets, varying ranges. You move to a doorway. You open the door, and you can shoot either supported on the door frame or in prone at 6 targets, and then you do it all over again. Move again to another tank trap. So 18 shots out to from 50 to 225 yards.
All right, give it to me. Give it to me
Some
straight.
people took like 7 minutes to do it because
Oh,
they ran the
God.
stage incorrectly.
Oh God.
And we ran about an hour late because of it.
Oh God. Okay. Last question for me is shooting.
Shooting is very much shooting.
Like,
No,
did you need specialty rifle preparation for this?
No.
absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
No, like literally the one range day that Calvin and I did was confirming 0, doing doubles, and figuring out how to mount our guns to our shoulders. That was literally it.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
we have to fight with people on the internet. So when you say mount the gun to the shoulder, like, do you put like the bottom of it like up? Like, where's the top of the stock? Like, does it go over your shoulder or does it go like?
Well, considering my height over bow is like half a foot, I don't think I want my stock any higher than it needs to be.
So would you say people that do that are retarded or no?
I mean, I wouldn't be friends with them, but I wouldn't call them retarded.
I thought like
Alright.
the higher up the stock was, the more skilled you are. That's what Instagram showed me.
Oh god.
This-
Matt,
Yeah,
did you
I
just take off your
was-
stock because you changed it with the brace? Like where you're like hiding from the ATF right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Strangely, the neighbors' dogs are barking more.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, Jesus.
It's nice
Rip.
knowing you.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I would say
Actually,
if I wanted to learn how to shoot this gun predictively, I would have to invest a lot more time and money into it. The way you have to hold this gun is so different because of the shape of it. I don't know. I have to shoot this thing reactively for every single shot, or else the shots will actually miss the targets.
You shot this in open.
Yes.
All right, just
Was open also the least restrictive division, or was the
Yes.
other one less restrictive?
Like in open, you can have bipods, you can have extendos,
everything.
like drum mags.
So wait, you
there's
didn't tell me what was TAC Ops? I didn't hear.
TAC
what was
Ops? You get like a smaller comp and a scope, and then if you wanted to, you could do an offset irons.
So
Kinda
it's
like
like
old
TAC
school
Ops allows
open-
magnification.
open, but without a big comp.
You get
open
one
without big
optic.
comp or and no dot.
it's like slightly less open. It's like limited optics.
Yeah.
I'm super.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I can't even keep up with the USPSA divisions anymore.
Like
Such
if
a
you were to
dork.
think it in military terms, it would be like your recce rifles.
I don't know what that means either. I'm not
God
gonna.
damn it, dude.
I'll look it up later. I'll look this up
You
on
need to
my
get on
own time.
Arfcom and read all 994 pages of the recce thread.
Jesus Christ! There probably are that many pages, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I'm done with this one. Are we
You have
ready?
any more questions
So-
for us?
I mean, the moral of the story is like if you're not going to nationals, you can just bring whatever, and just have fun.
Were there any
It should
TAC
be
boys
alright.
that you guys fucking squished?
Oh yeah, there's look, we want our divisions.
I'm sure
That's
there
all
were.
you have
I
to
didn't
know.
see any.
Were there other
like-
people in your division? I'm just
Like, did
kidding.
people wear like what do you call them, like battle
combat
belts
pants?
and combat
dude,
pants?
there were absolutely
plate
people
carriers?
with battle belts and plate carriers there,
Oh,
and
fuck.
everyone who was top 10 dunked on all of them.
Wait,
Lord.
people were out there wearing plate carriers in
Yes.
Texas in
Yes.
July.
Like 105-degree weather. Yeah.
There was one guy wearing an ice plate, which you basically take those ice blocks, and then you stick them in the freezer, pull them out the next day, stick them into your plate carrier. And
Oh, that
congratulations,
actually
you
sounds
have-
like
you
a
have-
good idea.
yeah.
That guy sounds smart.
Well, we're not going to say any more about that.
I need to buy one of those for the next USPSA match because it's hot, boys.
Just steal one from a Chick-fil-A employee.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Those things are expensive. Like the actual. Like,
Not if
the
you steal
name
'em.
brand.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true.
Well, if they're expensive, then I'm out. I'll just suffer.
Give me your ice plate and chicken sandwich.
But yeah, I would like to have more of these matches, and hopefully the stages also mature. Like they weren't bad, but they could use a little bit more like options, But I'm gonna give them some slack for being the very first one we got done.
I have a confession to make. So it ended up like 2 of the stages were my design, but I'm pretty sure one of them was like 0% implemented the way I thought. But I was like, that's kind of what you get whenever you get a stage from someone 200 miles away.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Why do you want more of this? Is it because you like rifles? Because you like beating up retards, or what?
I
Yes.
think it's fun to test your skills on a rifle. We are a country of riflemen and women, and this is like a relevant firearm for most Americans. So it's cool to dunk on people when they have this identity that they are rifle people.
An AUG with 2 scopes is a relevant firearm for most Americans. So we're saying. Just kidding.
Yes.
The basic
No,
American
that's
gun.
cool.
Yeah.
So you said
Matt's
you could
was
just
more, in
roll
line
out
with
there
those
with
people's.
you could just roll out there with pretty much any rifle you have, is what I'm gathering, and have a great time.
Pretty
As
much.
long as it's
Would
like
you s-
within reason, like you probably don't want to bring a bolt action out.
Yeah, any normal-ish rifle. But so
like
you
any
can pretty much say that.
semi-auto.
I mean, if you wanted to play in heavy division, you absolutely could.
Yeah, you can bring an M1 Garand out and like probably have fun.
Actually,
you would have fun.
Bing.
Minus
But so you
the
could
ammo
pretty
cost.
much do that with USPSA too. So if anybody's listening to this and you haven't shot a match, whether it's with rifles or pistols, just bring what you have.
Yeah,
That's
just make
true.
it outlaw. Just make sure you make it outlaw so you don't have to pay USPSA fees.
oh god.
Yeah, now we
Did
just
anyone hear
all
up?
got
Yeah, just got banned. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. hope you're happy with your life membership.
Oh god, what was the other topic?
Calvin went to the Charlie class.
Oh yeah, Charlie class.
Charlie, go on. Charlie, who?
Perez. But Koi, you've also been to a Charlie class.
I'm acting like
curious.
a dumbass on purpose. Okay, so tell us about Charlie Perez. Who is he? Why is it cool?
So I think he's most well known for being a very high level limited shooter. I can't remember his where he stands, but is he a top 5 limited guy or top 10?
I think he's been on
He's
the
a
Super
top
Squad
10,
numerous years in a row and placed accordingly. And also for
Yeah.
anyone listening that isn't aware, he's obviously a GM.
I want to say he placed 6th at a limited nationals.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's
so he's a top
pretty
10.
much that's pretty god level for limited.
Yeah, he's really good. What makes him stand out from most USPSA shooters at that level is that he is very large.
That's fucked up, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, because people think everyone has to be like a JJ Rakaza or a Jacob Hetherington or something or a Christian Seiler, but apparently that's not the case.
Well, and I don't mean this in a mean way at all, but he's also not exactly young, and he's a pretty normal dude. Like someone was saying he has a day job still.
Yeah, he works in cybersecurity, right, or IT or something.
Yeah.
With computers.
Yeah,
so I think
so,
that's pretty cool. He's
he's
relatable.
very relatable. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a
and he
normal
does all
guy
this
and shoots
for
really
fun.
well.
Like he doesn't shoot for a living, or he doesn't teach for a living. So he teaches for fun and he shoots for fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That
so
sounds
well,
not. Wait. So did you like it? Like broad strokes? You like this class?
Overall, yes. It was very different from every other class I've taken.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me more because for people that don't know, Calvin does not appreciate the casual side of things. So it is very interesting that you say that Charlie is not a full-on lifetime dedication sweat, and you like this class.
For him to put as quote unquote little time as in USPSA as he does, and shoot that well, obviously it works. But
did he put in more time when he was coming up?
I have no idea.
Did he get really good and then kind of dial it back and just maintain, or has he always put in not that much time?
I think he still puts in a lot of time, but the way he does it is not for his livelihood.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying then. Okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Not like how all of us, none of us here shoot for a living. Our income is not dependent on our performance at matches.
But he puts in a huge amount of effort.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, his effort level is high. But he's not a full-on sponsored shooter and on someone's payroll.
Yeah. That's cool. I thought you were saying he puts in less effort than you would expect for his skill level or something, but that makes sense.
No, he puts in as much effort, but it's just his motivation is different. His motivation is just purely for fun.
So you're saying a for fun shooter is a constant Super Squad talent?
Yes.
All right. So break it down for us. Break it down for us. What appealed to you? What was different from other? Who have you trained with? Let's just start there. Who have you actually done performance shooting training with?
I've trained with Frank Proctor. I've trained with JJ Rakaza, Ben Steger, Tim Herron. I guess we can count Scott Jadlinski. Who else? If I'm forgetting somebody.
It's because you think they suck. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, and I guess I can't pronounce his last name, but Paul, he goes by Hags from Greece. He's also like
Antonio.
What?
Okay,
Hags
so
what?
Hags.
what was
Hags.
what was
So
like
he's-
what was different? Like was like I guess if you had to assign a percentage to it, how much of it was stuff that you had heard before, and then what was the stuff that was different?
I would say 60% of it was different.
Oh shit,
So
that's
a
a
lot.
that's a pretty big swing.
His because at least a lot of my training has come from like the Bend school, for
Yeah.
kids that don't shoot too good. So Charlie's like methodology is completely like, oh fuck, we lost Connor. Wow.
This is amazing.
Are you guys not paying your internet bills? Like, what the hell's going on?
So, guys, I have to admit, that was me. I accidentally dropped my cell phone on the escape key. That wasn't even my internet.
Wow.
Sorry for that interruption, all of our 3 listeners.
Okay, all right. So, where was I with Charlie? And how he's different. So,
you're 60% different. Yeah.
Yeah. So most people like go into like the minutia of how to hold the gun and stuff, and like how to actually shoot.
Yeah.
Charlie doesn't do as much of that. Where he's really spends a lot of his time is the body structure and using your body to make the shooting as easy as possible. When you talk to guys like Ben, he doesn't really go into detail. He just kind of, he kind of assumes that you know what you're doing, like you understand like how to position yourself. And then Charlie is like, yeah, you really need to pay attention to like every little point in your body and like the angles you present your feet and how that affects your cone of fire is what he calls it, which basically is like how much strength you have to shoot a target within like an angle of an array. Because if you shoot outside of that, your body cannot stop precisely. So that's kind of his, his take on shooting. So all his stage planning is based on finding those specific angles, and he's very big on precise foot placement and foot movement.
So I remember back when I think Coy took the class, and he was telling us about the whole like, if at all possible, keep the targets that you want to shoot at between your toes, if that makes sense, like the cone of fire thing. And I had never thought about that before, but this was, a couple years ago when you told us about this. And after paying attention to that, it makes so much sense. Like it's pretty huge.
Yeah, I was watching some of my older videos where I would run into a position and then do like a really hard lean to shoot something outside of, what Charlie calls the cone of fire. And a lot of those times, those would be either mics or like really bad Charlies or Deltas. So I think I'm gonna start paying attention to that and see if that's gonna change how my my hits are on those more like extreme angle targets.
So
really cool.
Is that confirmation bias, or did it seem like plausible? Like I'm having a hard time remembering because my memory's dog shit. But did you shoot a bunch of demos? Did you like have you guys prove it to yourself, like on like what do you call it, a demo stage for yourself? Like, do you guys do the thing where like a lot of trainers do like they like cold run something and then run you back through it? Did you do that kind of thing?
Yeah, we did a lot of that. But I didn't get that from him. As far as like trying to prove that his method works, I went in with it like I'm gonna try whatever he teaches, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, I'll try something else. But like as far as like,
I'm debating if we should go into a sidebar. You guys run into people that take classes that argue with the instructors?
Yes.
So did you have any of those?
A little bit, but nothing like major. It was more like asking questions.
Okay. Like there's a difference between like being inquisitive, I think, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus being like, no, I don't believe you. I'm gonna keep shooting stuff like beyond my body positioning. It's like, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah,
like,
there's some stuff that he stated that I was like not too sure of, or like I disagreed with. So he made a big not big, but he pointed out that instead of pulling the trigger with like the inside, like the joint of my finger, that I should use the outside, like more the tip. And like I'm like, that just doesn't work with the shape and size of these guns I'm using.
Just the tip.
So yeah, just the tip.
Nice.
Has he ever shot a double action gun?
I don't know.
I thought he was. I thought he used to shoot like a really like tuned up Shadow. I seem to remember this from like trolling Dinos forever.
He did mention that the CZs don't fit him like at all.
Yeah, because that's kind of like you can be picky about where you put your finger on the trigger, unless you're shooting a double action gun, because there's such a big difference between the double action position and the single action position. You kind of just have to pick something that works for both.
I remember a podcast that he did a while back that he shot an XDM in 40 in production.
Yeah, so you wouldn't
was he one of those 40 minor guys?
I want to say he actually just shot 40 major in production.
Holy shit.
Wait, we can't miss this opportunity to bully Connor, by the way. He bought a truck, not an open gun. So the whole like double single thing is not really a problem you have, like if you shoot open.
Well, it's a problem you have if you're poor, Koi. I know you wouldn't know about that. Some of us have to decide between like crappy striker trigger or slightly less crappy double action trigger.
Look, Matt made a decision, right? Matt, is your open gun here yet?
My open gun is back to my builder right now, so I'll get it this weekend.
See, Matt's he solved this problem. How much blood and semen did you donate to get that open gun?
Enough to cost 6 bands.
6 bands.
Like it costs me everything.
Okay,
that's
sorry, I fucked this up.
Pretty much
I fucked this up. Sorry, I fucked this up. All right, Charlie class. Back
Charlie class. All right.
How big was talking about that?
How big was the class?
They were 9 shooters total, and 5 of them were USPSA masters.
Oh shit! Actually, that sounds fucking amazing.
That's pretty.
That
cool.
was it was a very, very like high skilled shooters in that class.
What were the other 4?
Bill Baker.
No, I mean, sorry. What?
He's asking who the slow kids were.
Skill level were the 4 people who weren't masters?
Sorry.
Were they like B class at least, or were there people who were like super new?
They were like mostly like B-ish, A-ish skill level guys, and then one guy.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, and then one guy who was very new, but he was one of those guys that like obviously he's there, so he like knows to train and knows to get professional training. So he like for a new guy, he was pretty locked on.
Huh,
that's awesome.
You can tell he was still learning the game and learning his guns and stuff, but like he was putting in a lot of effort and learning stuff really quick.
That honestly sounds like the ideal group to take a class with.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, someone in B class, it's like, you know, you can poke fun and all, but they're not going to be slowing a class down most likely. Like they're good enough that they probably aren't going to slow the class down.
We didn't have any of that. So like the very first thing he had us do was like group shoot, which I think a lot of trainers do. And like we went through that pretty quick. Like I've been in classes where like you have that 1 or 2 stragglers where like they can't figure out how to get a group with their gun, you know, within the first like 15 minutes. So
wait. So do you think they will do that because they're trying to find out like who the bad people are, and they can just like ignore them for class? Wait, don't you teach classes? Do you do this in classes?
I mean, I teach much smaller groups, so if someone's deficient in that, I have to address it.
Good save.
Yeah.
Like that's not what you said in our group chat.
Yeah, fuck them. We're just gonna keep on going on.
Just kidding, everyone.
I've been in classes where some instructors have done that, but to be fair, when you have like 20 students and there's one guy who just can't figure it out, like what are you gonna do? Do you screw over the 19 who paid the full tuition, or do you just kind of let the one guy kind of just, you know, have fun in his little corner?
Yeah. What was the round count on the Charlie class?
So it said 1,000. It was closer to like 350.
Okay. And is that because it was like, ass outside, or is that just because everyone was able to go like conceptually through through where he was trying to take you guys in 350?
I think there was a lot of discussion. So one criticism for the class is I would have liked to have more like individual reps on drills to like reinforce learning some of these ideas. But because of the time it took for him to explain it, I just don't think it's like logistically possible.
In my head,
he didn't have it. What's that?
In my head, I remember him making sure people read the material. So I think this was one of the differences of all the instructors I've ever had for any kind of shooting thing. Like he literally wants you to read his book before class.
Yes.
Did any people like not read that, and did that hold up the class? Is it?
I don't think so. I mean, I didn't fully like I skimmed the book. I had like less than a week to read it.
That's fucked up.
But I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one.
The class.
It's fine. Whenever I took it with him, he was talking about some concept that he definitely discusses at length in the book, and I was like, "Hey, what is this?" And he was like, "You would know if you read the book." And I'm like, "Okay, that didn't happen." Yeah.
Hey, so I meant to ask about this. So was his book good? I mean, I'm assuming it's good, but what are your thoughts on his book? I've never read it.
I mean, some things are stuff that we've already learned from other sources. So it's kind of like a review. But he does go into detail about his views on how to do certain things. So whether you agree with it or not, it's explained with a pretty good amount of detail. And then he also he goes and emphasizes into or covers more in person.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So he's a very technique-based teacher, at least from what I've seen. Like he teaches you how he does it, and that's you take it or leave it.
I mean, that's kind of what you want, right?
I mean, there's some other opinions where was it like inductive learning, where like someone tells you, like here's the, here's the process, and you figure it out. But when you're really dumb, like me, it doesn't work too well. Like I need to be spoon-fed a little bit.
That was one of my actually big pros for Charlie. I don't know how you would describe it, Calvin. I'm interested to see, but Charlie is one of the most relatable, not in terms of who he is as a person, but his ability to share shooting concepts. He's equally effective with M class shooters and gym shooters as he is with B shooters, which I think that's a little bit of an art and a science. I think there are some things where if you try to, who's the guy? Kinesthetic alignment, dynamic proprioception guy. When you use too much,
Travis.
Yeah, whatever. when you do too much of that, it just makes it.
Oh, we just make it too much. To name him Stacy.
It just everybody knew. It just makes it too tough to understand. I didn't get that from Charlie at all. It was just in fact, the way he explains things, it was a little I'm wondering because I was like, is this the world's biggest troll that he did? But did he explain everything from the view of boom booms? Is that he still uses that?
Yeah, I didn't. He didn't use it a ton. It didn't really stand out to me. But funny. Yeah, he used very normal words that anyone could understand. I mean, we had guys in the class who one guy was an ER surgeon, and then we had some guys English is not their first language, so but everyone seemed to grasp the concepts.
Nice. Would you recommend it now that you've taken it?
I would recommend it for people who are already shooting USPSA. If you are new to competition shooting and you don't even know the scoring system yet, or if you've never shot a match, I don't think this class would be it would be too much for them. So especially a lot of the marksmanship stuff, we went over that pretty quick. I'm not sure if it's because of he already assessed our skill level and thought we were, thought we were good enough. But if looking from a new shooter lens, he doesn't go into the marksmanship side, mechanical marksmanship, a whole lot. And with recoil management, he didn't really address that into a whole lot of detail. So if you're brand new, you don't know how to hold a gun yet. we didn't talk about that stuff a whole lot.
So if you suck, it's not for you.
Yeah, saying. It's kind of like JJ Mikaza's. Like, you don't want to take JJ Mikaza's class when you bought your first gun like yesterday.
Is that because he's Filipino or what?
No, it's just the stuff he covers.
That's the joke, because Filipino shooters are usually unsafe.
This one too. Yeah. I said I didn't want to edit.
Thanks, Koi.
Oh God. But for those of you,
what? It's a thing. Everyone knows this. Filipino shooters are the fucking sketchiest shooters. Like, everyone knows this.
It's a good thing a quarter of us are Filipino.
I mean, it's just because it's true doesn't mean you have to say it out loud.
I'm just making note of the time when I need to cut this all out. So.
Keep it all in. Yeah, you have my permission.
Matt, you've heard it here first. Matt speaks for all Filipinos.
Yeah, Matt gave us the P word pass. But for those of you who don't know, JJ covers like more advanced concepts that might go over your head if like you're brand new to shooting. So if you're brand new, like brand new, I don't recommend going to JJ first. Like, learn the game, learn like basics of how to like do all the gun handling stuff, and once you have that down, then go to JJ and learn how to like do your flamingos and your, lead foot pivots and all that stuff.
100%. I'm gonna clip what you just said. Everything right before first, I'm gonna cut off. So it's just Calvin saying, "I don't recommend going to JJ."
Jesus Christ.
That's a show
Got
trailer. That would probably actually get a lot of views if we use that.
Oh, Jesus. The problem is no one's going to watch
that'd be some clickbait
video,
right there.
So it's just going to look like I'm trash talking JJ.
That's fine with me, though.
That should be the title. That should be the title, like, Raw Time Champ episode 6, Calvin shit talks to JJ. Calvin hates, exactly.
Like,
okay,
despite giving him enough money to, like, put his kids through college.
Okay, so to keep it spicy, Charlie's class, if you had to say over all the training that you've ever had, does this class go towards the bottom or towards the top of like all classes you've ever taken? And there's no class. Don't say in the middle.
No, it was towards the top, but from my perspective of where I am in my shooting journey now.
Who's on the bottom?
JJ apparently.
What did JJ ever do to you, Calvin? My God.
Nothing. JJ's class was good. I actually liked it. I used a lot of stuff.
We got him backpedaling, boys.
I would have taken JJ's class twice if I didn't like it.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
so
I'm done.
JJ
I'm done. I'm done manufacturing drama. I'm done manufacturing drama.
I don't think I'm done.
I mean, who would you guys put in the bottom?
I haven't actually taken any classes, so.
Yeah, so my sample right now is like Steger and Charlie. So, I mean, I guess if somebody has to be in the bottom, no, I'm leaving you on the cliffhanger. I'm not gonna say.
I've only taken 2 classes as well, so.
So who's on?
Who was besides Tim Herron? Who's the other one?
It was Tim Herron and JJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We love it. Okay. It's time to wrap it up.
All right,
So,
hold on. Calvin.
What?
How did my guns do for you?
Oh yeah. 100% no issues.
Nice.
The whole class. And I
wait, but he just said it was only 350 rounds. You just pulled one of those like 300 rounds no issues.
That is true. But there were other people who had issues in the 300-something rounds.
We got him now, boys.
I won't say who it was or what.
I feel like Calvin's been in the hot seat for like the last 10 minutes.
Because no one else wanted to take the class.
Oh God.
That's funny.
Did you run? I saw you have tape on the dot. Did you shoot dot tapes for class?
I did both.
Did Charlie say anything about it?
He did not talk about it at all. But
So he asked me. He asked me about it when I shot it at nationals. He's not a believer.
Yeah, based on his Instagram comments on my stuff, I feel like he's a believer.
I didn't see this. What is his opinion on the matter?
No tape. He's a no taper. I don't like. What's even the term for this? Like taper versus no taper?
Or does he just think it's like a like? Some people legitimately think it's a crutch, which I don't necessarily agree with.
I think that's what. Yeah.
That. I don't agree with it necessarily, but I like get it. Like that's not an idiotic viewpoint at all, in my opinion. So I mean, I guess crutch kind of.
I guess technically it is, because if you can't or you don't shoot target focus all the time and you need something to help you, I guess that's a crutch then in that sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's not as bad as some other viewpoints. Well, I don't think that's bad at all. I don't agree with it, but some viewpoints on this topic are just plain bad, and that's not bad.
I have one question. Final question. How many of you guys bought life memberships after the back pedal?
I did.
What a fag.
Are you guys going to? So like, I really don't know yet. Part of me feels like I I feel like that's the safe bet.
So I made that graph. It's definitely worth. It's definitely worth.
What if USPSA implodes in 3 years? Like, look how much has changed in the past 3 years.
In 3 years, it's not worth, but in 5 years, it breaks even. So.
No, yeah, but I mean, like, USPSA could cease to exist feasibly,
hopefully,
or maybe not cease to exist.
Hopefully, the lifetime memberships are transferable to IPSC.
Yeah,
Do they charge dues for IPSC? Does anyone know?
They must, right?
No. If you're a USPSA member, because it's the member region, you are automatically an IPSC member.
But
no, I'm saying like if you're somewhere else,
charge dues.
Wait, what? Hold on.
If you
yeah, what Connor's saying. So like if you're like from Australia or something, like do you have to pay the Australian IPSC chapter dues?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're Australian, you pay for Australia, Canada.
They call it a license, right? At least that's what they do in Finland. Like you get your IPSC license.
I'm pretty sure it's membership, but like whatever they call it over there is what they call it. It's probably whatever's the most relatable word for them.
My fear is that like if we did this, if we get a life membership, then before it like pays off, USPSA gets gayed up to the point of like we don't care about it anymore.
I mean, we're already there.
I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not quite that bad yet. Like we're still considering buying it. If it was bad enough that we didn't care about USPSA, we wouldn't even be considering this.
Well, I'm at the point where I only want USPSA so I can shoot IPSC.
I'm the same deal.
That's fair.
Like, I think this year like 1/3 of the matches I'm shooting this year, major matches, are IPSC.
Are you just shooting 3 matches?
Yes.
For a second there, I thought he was good at fractions.
IPSC Nationals is coming up again. Is it in April in 24?
We have no official confirmation yet because one, IPSC Next 23 has yet to happen, and Rio Salado announced early. So I think a specific area director decided to pass that information without any true confirmation from the entire board.
Which area director?
The best one.
Let's get banned.
The best one? Wait, which one's the best one?
They're all the best, right? Don't ban us.
What a shill.
All right, did we do it?
Dude, I wonder if we talk them up, they'll give us free lifetime memberships. Probably
I
not.
think that just charge you
Probably
double.
lifetime bans.
I don't want the lifetime. I just want their food budget.
For real.
Oh god, this is spiraling quick.
Yeah,
Should we do
I
it?
think we've fully gone down the toilet at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's kill it off.
Wait,
All
Calvin,
right,
do the thing.
everyone.
Okay.
Thanks for
So
listening. I may or may not upload this within the next 6 months. Don't hold your breath.
Yay.
I actually think some of our best work. Oh, he fucking left.
What the fuck? Again?
God, guys, that's perfect. Actually, we have to leave that in. We have to leave this in.
I have no idea what I'm